Hello and welcome to the harsh and unforgiving world of Vintage Story. For the next year I will try my best to survive in a world where everything wants me dead. I have no experience with Vintage Story other than watching one 100 days video a couple of months ago. Most of the time I was kind of distracted and didn't know what to do, as I didn't bother to check every tutorial devs provided. But nonetheless, I had a lot of fun learning new mechanics like knapping, smithing or leatherworking, which was a pain in the ass by the way. I would like to take you on an adventure with me to see what this game has to offer. So sit back, relax and enjoy a full year in Vintage Story. What the fuck is he doing? What is that? What the fuck? Yep, that's him. That's him. He is the GOAT. After messing around in the character creator for a bit, I spawned in and started to gather basic things around me. Wait, what is a slate stone? Let me pick up absolutely everything that I see. There's a guy. I don't really care. Oh, I heard a chicken. What? Oh. Hey yo. Let me just make it, okay? That's a motherfucking bat. Oh my god. Yep, and there's going to be a lot more of them later on. But for now, I made some stone tools with knapping and basic reed baskets for more storage slots. Nice. There's a freaking bear. Nice. I could make a base here. Why not, to be honest? And so I went to work. I cut down some trees and made some pillars to visualize the structure. I think it's a good time to tell you that I'm no builder whatsoever. To be honest, I kind of went with my gut to build this, which was a pretty bad idea, but I was too lazy to fix that. I started by placing pillars on the edges, and at that point I knew that this was going to be a complete disaster. I am terrible at building, so don't expect anything from me. It's going to be a place to sleep and store some stuff. Nothing more. I used the dirt from the fundaments to build a quick floating garden to start growing my food. Then I made a simple shelter with packed dirt and crude doors, which are just amazing. Whoever thought that they should fall out at random is a genius. I started a fire, took my hoe and planted what I had. After doing all that, I collected some dry grass to make hay bales, to make a hay bed. And that's how I spent my whole first day. The next day was basic scouting around the base. Wanted to see if there's anything useful or potentially dangerous. I found some copper very close and a big ass bear. Just fucking standing. What's up with these skinwalkers? What fucking bear is just fucking standing around like, huh? What you doing? Nothing. Just hanging around. Oh, clay. One of the most important resources in Vintage Story is clay. But what do we do with clay? Clay forming. Basically we are making molds for metal forming and basic tools for survival like bowls or cooking pots. We then fire them in pits so they are sturdier and usable. First, I've made a pickaxe mold, an anvil mold, and hammer mold, some crucibles for metal smelting, ingot molds, cooking pots, bowls, jugs, and then some fire pits to actually fire them. I didn't have enough materials, so I went to the local wood shop to buy some. On my way there, I found this homeless guy living in his van, so I stole what I could and brought it back home.
Stole that shit.
Luckily, he had some cooking pots, so I took them too. I realized that I don't have nearly enough clay, so I made a quick run for some more. By the way, I don't know if you can hear this, but there's this weird ambient sound, and I'm not sure why. I think it's because of this. This is going down. Not sure why it's going down, but I think it's because I'm hungry, but I don't have any food for now that I can eat, so I'll just wait it out. And now I know that it was not hunger, but temporal stability, and I have made a base in a bad region. By the end of the video, I got a mod that fixes this, because I'm not moving all my things. Need some food. Is this food? It's food. Okay, what the fuck is this mushroom? It's eatable. Okay. What the fuck? This is flint orange. Whoa. Bauxite. Oh my god, that's bauxite. What? That's so cool. I have never seen this. If I remember correctly. Whoa. Those are my hands? That's trippy. Okay. If I remember correctly, bauxite is actually needed for leather walking. So when I get leather, I'll need bauxite to... Wait, actually, can I... Bauxite... Crushed bauxite... Refactory brick. Okay, I don't know. We're gonna get there when we get there, okay? We're gonna start worrying about it when we get there. Oh, that's copper. Oh. What the fuck? Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god. It's chasing me. What the fuck? Why there are so many fucking bears out here? Is it still chasing? Yeah, I don't think so. Oh my god. That scared the shit out of me. After this close call, I made the rest of the necessities from clay, aka clay vessels. They give you better modifiers for food preservation, and it gets better when you place them in cold and enclosed rooms. While we wait for our clay things to be done, we have to obtain our first metal somehow, and we do it by panning, gravel or sand. It takes a long time, but after a while you get some copper nuggets, which then you have to smelt and pour into molds. Great thing is that we have found some nuggets laying on the ground earlier, so it sped up the whole process. A thing worth noting is that for any metal smelting you actually need fuel. In our case it's going to be charcoal, which you have to make by burning wood underground basically. And for our first charcoal batch I made the hole way too big, and it took a lot of wood to actually fill up. The most important thing is that at the top you have to make a fireplace and enclose the whole thing. If there's even one block of empty space somewhere, the wood is just going to burn down. After that, some of our clay things were done, so I quickly placed what I could into vessels. Especially food, so as you can see the spoilage rate is lower in the vessels. And before I noticed, it was dark again, so I slept through the night. The next couple of days were mostly filled with exploration and gathering whatever food I can find. I have found plenty of resources for smelting, as well as raw leather and some food. On the side note, I have made 0 notes throughout this whole playthrough. Well, not my brightest idea, and I had to guess what I had in mind most of the time. Imagine how easy it would be with bullet points for every day and not guessing of a 30-hour footage. But, oh well, what can I do now? I mapped most of service level resources near my house, so after a couple of days I returned. I planted gathered bushes in my vineyard and whatever seed I had. Then I made some stews from what I gathered on my scouting and just went to sleep. In the morning I found the charcoal was done, so I quickly shoveled some to take with me. I finally got to use one of the crucibles, and I made myself a pair of tongs so I don't burn my fingies. After the copper melted, I equipped the tongs and picked up our first batch of copper. Almost instantly I made a pickaxe in hopes that I would never have to pan for nuggets ever again. After it cooled down, I made the copper pickaxe. But I've had enough of living my dirt hut, so I made one of the best early game building materials. Mud bricks, but the dark variant, remember. First the floors, then a pantry, so I can store more food for the winter. Unfortunately I got distracted, which is a pretty common occurrence here, and I went to get some copper, which is good, don't get me wrong, but why can't I do one thing at a time? Then I realized I would need a hammer if I wanted to obtain copper nuggets from copper chunks for smelting, which made me even more depressed because it meant more panning. So I decided to postpone it by making my pantry more pleasant to the eye, so I placed some stairs instead of ladders and made walls from slate cobblestone. But there was no running away from panning, so I just played some YouTube video in the background and panned for 30 minutes to obtain copper nuggets. After I was done panning for my new hammer, I quickly ate and cooked up the rest of the copper. I put it out in the mold, and since I was waiting anyways, I went to the nearest copper deposit and dug it out. When I was done by the evening, that hammerhead was still hot, so I went to work on the pantry. Then I forgot that I made the hammer, and with copper extracted with the hammer, I tried to make another hammer. I know, very confusing. At the same time, I started to fill up the anvil mode, so I could start making more things by smithing. Then I just waited patiently and this happened. What the hell, man? Because of the rain? Come on! That is so annoying. I didn't know. Okay, I hope this is going to work out. Oh my god. Crucible. Oh yeah, I forgot. So annoying, man. So annoying. I didn't know. I thought that it was cooling faster or something like that. Why? Why? I protected this because I thought like I cannot lose this. Like this is everything. Wait, now I don't have a mold. Oh my god, it's so annoying. It's actually so annoying, man. Okay, whatever. Whatever. Doesn't really matter that much. Wait, now I kind of have to, right? Wait. It is so annoying. So freaking annoying. Do I even have enough materials to do anything? Probably don't. So annoying. I'm not even sure what to do now. Okay, fuck it. Let's just go for another round of copper. I just need more copper. That's it. Wait. What the fuck am I doing? What was I doing? Am I dumb? Why did I put it in the mold? And why did I make another mold? Like, okay, the mold is going to be useful someday, maybe. Yeah, all that just to realize that it didn't really matter because I've made the hammer just a couple of minutes ago. The best thing is I was really upset because I thought that I was going to have to pan for more copper, which is an absolute torture for me. So to calm down, I collected some dry grass and finished the walls in my house. After that I took on a bore and cleared a couple of copper deposits. They should fulfill my needs for the next couple of weeks, or maybe they will suffice until the Bronze Age. In the second one my pickaxe broke, so I had to come back. The night took me by surprise, so I had to use one of the trader's bed nearby. And in the morning I came back and saw my horrible roof, and ignored it of course, to crush some copper chunks that I gathered into the nuggets. Next to my house I found a peat deposit, and as everyone knows, peat is superior for early game cooking and low temperature firing. It's just cooler in my opinion. Those are bricks from the ground and they seem moist for some reason. After cooking up my broken hammer mold, I've harvested my first turnips of the year. We've got 38 turnips from 5 seeds, which is a crazy surplus. If we plant enough, there is no way to starve during the winter. I've made another pickaxe, and don't mind me not being able to count and having to cook copper twice for one pickaxe. After finally filling up the pickaxe mold and 2 smaller ingot molds, I went to gather clay for more bricks and peat to have as a fuel. I've had enough of not having walls and being so exposed to elements, so this time I actually finished my walls. And of course I left space for windows in the future. In the evening I decided that it is time to make our first tool on brand new anvil. And I forgot to press record after going AFK. So you just kinda have to believe me that I made it, the copper saw and the bunch of planks. And with that we can make the second floor that will act as a temporary roof for the moment. The thing that I am most excited about are nails, because when you combine them with planks you get chests, and they have much more space than clay vessels. And so I have made some chests and combined them into bigger ones. I have also made some shelves and a table to form cakes on. The next morning I spent smithing. I needed a chisel and a rod for a fruit press. By the way, I know that you don't have to throw the hot metal into the water to use it actually, but it is so satisfying. While the metal was cooling, I made another batch of ingots and our fruit press. Now we can make temporary food for our chickens, juices and alcohol. I tested it and it worked. Ironic that within the first couple of days a Polish guy found a way to make an alcohol. All I need is more fruit and a barrel, but for now I will store my juice in jugs. From time to time there were days like this, where my main objective was just to find anything that I could use. It could be anything, copper, more food, or leather.
Let me find something, please.
And my parsing abilities actually worked, as I found a couple of copper ores nearby, as well as quartz, which is used for windows. Upon returning, I planted new bushes in the vineyard, and I sorted my food into vessels. Now, it is a great time to actually move to our next stage, which is bronze. I think there are 3 different types of bronzes, but the most commonly used is thin bronze. For that, we are going to use our prospecting pickaxe, which scans layers underground and gives you percentages for what you can find here. It is a tedious task, so as always, my main goal was to find something cool and useful on the way, with addition of prospecting from time to time. And I have found lots of leather and food, but finally I got beat up by a gang of wild boars and a temporary storm was quickly approaching, so I decided to just head home as soon as I can.
I need to run.
And this is my first time experiencing a temporal storm, and it is a this is definitely something. Big guy on the horizon, lots of mobs, and overall dizziness describes it the best. Well, I had nothing to do, so I just made a quern, placed it in a spot, and just went AFK for the next 20 minutes. After the storm passed, I decided I needed a proper weapon, so I made a folk sword. Sticks were also a pain in the ass to collect, so scissors should be a big help. After obtaining more copper, I wanted to upgrade some of my tools, so I began making ingots. While waiting for them to be done, I wanted to make some fire clay, and because I haven't found natural deposit yet, I needed to make some crushed flint. At first I didn't realize that you need to cook the flint in the fireplace for it to be crushable, but I got it after some time. Well, now that we have fire clay, we can make a bread oven, and as the name suggests, you can make bread and pies in it. But unfortunately I don't have that much grain at the moment, so I prepared some barrels for later working. It was a pretty quick job as I don't have any lime to actually start, so while I was at it I made a chicken pen in hopes of catching some in the near future. Of course, it was a bit off, so I had to redo it so that the entrance is in the middle. Well, I didn't know what to do with myself for a bit, so I just went hunting. And it didn't go well. The first wolf and I was dead. So after recovering my items, a normal thing to do would be to just go home and rest. But I didn't. I spent most of the night clearing out the animals around the house. At some point I finally rested in a little camp I made in a hurry. It was a long day and a comfortable bed was well deserved. After a quick breakfast I made my way up one of the mountains nearby. I took out the prospecting pick and checked what's underground, and to my surprise we have found cassiterite, which is one of the tin ores. I think at least. It's very confusing. Why wouldn't they just call it tin ore? On top of the mountain I have found ice. And well, I thought freezers work kind of like ice, right? So if I collect some and put it in the clay vessels with the food, it's going to slow down the spoilage. Turns out it was a huge waste of time and it doesn't do shit. On the way back I had a bright idea to catch some chickens while I was near, and so I placed a basic trap with some grains underneath and waited. Turns out the wait was not that long because on the first try I caught myself a rooster.
Is that a motherfucking goat? Those are goats. Those are goats.
I didn't manage to catch a second one, so I went back home for more supplies. After eating dinner, I placed my newly acquired rooster in the pen, and we need a name for him. He's Pablo now. Pablo the Rooster. After escorting Pablo to his new crib, I needed to plant everything I found while traveling. The winter is coming and we need more seeds and more food to survive. And let me tell you about this guy, I nearly pissed myself when I saw him.
Hey yo.
After disposing of our little home invader, I prepared everything for more chickens to come.
What do you mean by that?
We have our little pen, so all we needed was some trouts and chicken boxes. In the morning I decided to finally try using the bread oven. First you have to preheat it, so you stack it with firewood and lit it on fire. Then you need to mill the grains and mix them with water so you get dough. And the first thing that goes in is a cranberry pie. And I've got to say, pies in this game are so satisfying to make. After the first one was done, the second one was ready to put in. In the meantime, I made some more juice because the byproduct is a fruit mash, which is a cheaper food for chickens. Unfortunately, I burned the second pie a little bit, but that's okay. Nothing goes to waste here. A little bit later and I had a close battle with this wolf. And I have no idea how he didn't finish me here, but it's his loss.
Oh, is that a hen? Or is that a rooster? Rooster. So we don't want it. We need a hen. Where's the female chicken? Oh, chicken? That's a rooster. And that's a hen. Thank God. Okay.
Since I had a rooster, I didn't need another one as they would fight, I think. That's how it works in the real world, at least. So I just grabbed the hen for Pablo to keep him company. Later, Pablo told me to piss off and get him some food, so I prepared some fruit mash for him and his missus. I went ahead and removed straw roofs from the house and placed them on top of the cellar entrance. Since it was raining, I didn't feel like going out, so I stayed home and made another pie. And just look at this thing. I could spend the whole day watching it slowly grow. I knew I was going to need another room for juices and alcohol since I was pressing a lot of fruits for chickens, so I decided to do it in the basement. When I ran out of materials, I just went to sleep to regenerate some strength for the next day. In this unfinished room, I placed a couple of barrels to store more juice. And after collecting enough, I decided to make it into an alcohol. And as you can see, it will turn into wine after 7 days of sealing, so I closed it up and went to do other things. Finally, Pablo got some motion and I found 2 fertile eggs in the pen. I've decided to leave them be for the time being and focus on advancing into the Bronze Age. So our next stop is mining tin ore. A couple of days ago I have found a high probability of tin in mountains nearby, so I climbed it again and began mining down. I've seen someone do 1 ladder every 2 blocks, which is a pretty cool way to save resources. After some digging, I have finally found it, and I think it's pretty good because it says bountiful chunk, whatever it means. And so I mined everything there was on this level. I am pretty sure there could be more underground, but it's going to be more than enough for now. After getting out, I headed home to actually make my first bronze batch. I crushed every chunk with my trusty hammer and placed the nuggets in the crucibles. All I needed now was charcoal, which was waiting for me in the charcoal pit. And I of course forgot about my bread, so it was charred. In preparations for more smithing, I made more ingot molds to fire in the pits. And it's here, our first batch of better smithing material, which is tin bronze. I made 2 ingots as well as a pickaxe and a hammer. And since it needed to cool off anyways, I just went to sleep. And just look at those. They look like they are made out of gold. And sure, it's nothing that great, but look, it took a long ass time to actually prepare everything, and they are so much better than normal copper. And after playing with the roof over the pantry, I began smithing more tools. And I'm not going to bore you with hitting hot metal with more metal on the stick for 20 minutes, so just know that I made most of the tools. And now for the important part. Food. Listen, I'm a big guy, so I need to eat a lot. And food in this game is scarce, especially meat. But we'll get to this part. Right now we need to focus on our farmlands. So, we plant medium fertility soil in place of low fertility soil or forest soil. Then we can plant whatever we want and we are going to be okay. As you probably know, there are 3 types of minerals in the soil in the vintage story. So, we will just have 3 fields to plant various things so the minerals won't deplete. Another thing is that we need to protect our plants from wild animals that will eat our crops with pleasure. For that, we just need to plant mines around the... I'm kidding. A fence will be more than enough. 5 minutes later, I came across 2 wolves who gave me quite a fright, so I quickly disposed of them. Then I learned that you can make healing bandages from horsetail, which is super common around me. Then I decided, hey, let's go on an adventure, right? And I met this guy. A skinwalker in a bear skin. Like, seriously, what's up with them? Well, I had to try my luck, and... First punch hit like a truck, and the second one felt like I was against prime Mike Tyson. Well, when I came back I found brown coal deposit, which I thought was pretty cool, but later I learned that it's worse than charcoal, so it was a huge waste of time. Well, I came back and I was a little lost in thoughts, so I just went back home. Yo, what up? After coming back I found rot sitting in my chests, so I began looking at compost recipes. Turns out all you need is barrel and a lot of time. And it's kind of like an outhouse if you think about it. I'm going to just put my shit in it and let it compost. After clearing out the old crop farm, I planted seeds in the new plots. I also made some new tools like tin bronze sickle and a knife. The biggest problem I have at this point is that I can't make leather yet. For that I need chalk, lime or borax, so I can dilute it in the water and then I could sew the hides. I guess it's pretty hard to find it, and most of the time when you do find it, it's thousands of blocks away. And so I took off in one direction to look for it. Well, I didn't find it, as you can see. I really looked hard and it took a longest time and I have found none. So I planted what I had so I wouldn't run out of food in the near future, and the next couple of days went by quickly and smoothly as I was trying to make a full armor from bronze. In the meantime I tended the chickens, my farm and collected whatever I needed. Of course I ran into some wolves from time to time, but bringing them into water usually worked fine. Their leather will gladly be taken into my collection. At one point I used commands to kind of cheat. As you can see, I made it so my map has colors, which is going to help with finding chalk on the surface. I would say it's more like a quality of life add-on rather than a cheat. And it actually worked. I was really surprised that I didn't see that for hundreds of blocks. And of course, it was in the last direction that I checked from my base. Well, all that was left to do was collect as much as I could to later crash it in the quern. So I collected 2 stacks and returned back home. The road back home was annoying at best because of those little hills that you can't really scale on foot and you have to navigate around them. Upon returning, I organized my chests and inventory and I began crushing the chalk into lime. And let me tell you something, it was tedious. It took me 20 minutes easily just to crush those stones. And let me remind you that I had to be there all this time. And I had to hold my mouse button the whole fucking time. But at least now we can soak some hides, so it was all worth it in the end. By the way, for some reason OBS decided that it just won't record the game audio for this fragment of the video, so please just bear with me for a second, okay? Now that our hides are getting ready, we need to make weak and strong tannin for further leather making process. For that we need oak or acacia, which I can't get for now, and put it in a barrel with some water for some time to make weak tannin, and from weak tannin we can make the strong tannin. By the end of the day I noticed that we are running out of charcoal, so I made some more in our amazing charcoal pit. While it was charring, I finally decided to start making our pantry bigger and prettier. I want it to be like a corridor with shelves of pickled veggies and vessels on the ground. In the morning I made a pie as a reward for our hard work and I returned to digging the pantry room. It took some time and effort, but I finished the walls and the ceiling in both rooms underground. And to be honest, it doesn't really look that good, okay? But at least it's there, and you know, I can store more food, I guess. The hides have soaked now, and we have to scrape them with a knife. After that, they have to sit for another 72 hours in weak tannin, and then another shit ton of time in strong tannin. To be honest, we won't have leather before winter. There's like no way. The carrots were all grown now, and I have collected them and planted the seeds in our new plots. I have also realized that I'm going to need much more leather and furs than I initially thought, so I made more barrels and more tannin for leather making. I made shelves for our pantry to get that cozy look and to get more storage space for pickled things. Not that I have any, but you know, just in case I would want some. I wanted to have vessels under the shelves, so I had to run to get some more clay. And you know the drill with clay things. Surround them with dry grass, sticks and something bigger to burn, and just light them on fire. It's about time I make the second floor. It's going to be the same with an exemption in form of balcony. I wanted it to be more open, so I decided to make more windows and make glass while I'm at it. The glass part is farther than I thought at the moment, but I already prepared the openings. And I have just learned about beams in this game, and I am in love. I'm going to just spam them everywhere. At the end of the day, I spent organizing now finished pantry and filling up the walls upstairs with mud bricks. In the morning, I collected first turnips of our new plot, and after finishing smithing, I went for a hike in the area. Turns out I have more neighbors than I thought, and they are very curious of how I taste. Unfortunately, I died, and I had to once again travel for 10 minutes just to retrieve my items. Well, after this painful and humiliating way back, I finally made it. So after collecting my items, I began exploiting Mother Nature's resources. I mined some copper, and after nearly breaking my pickaxe, I returned home. Upon returning, I unloaded everything that I had into my chests. At this time, the hides were done soaking in wick tannin, so I placed them all in strong one. The time has also come to finally place windows in our house instead of those wattle fences, so I went and grabbed some quartz from nearby deposits. Well, I collected quite a bit, but the night took me by surprise, so I had to crash on this merchant's couch to catch some sleep. I had another problem that was really annoying me, and it was light. So one of the biggest differences between Vintage Story and Minecraft are torches. In here, you need to place torches into some kind of holder for it to constantly burn. And for that we need a new kind of metal, which is brass. Brass is made by combining zinc and copper, so it's not very complicated. As you can see, I have already found it when I was looking for tin, so it was not very hard. While I was there, I saw that there was chalk in the ground, so I collected some too. Well, now I have a couple thousand blocks to walk back, so I better get going. After I came back, I fed Pablo and the gang, grinded the lime, made lime water, and put in another batch of hides to soak. Next thing was making more tin bronze ingots for that armor I wanted to make for the longest time. There were also brass ingots in there, so I could finally make torch holders. In the morning, I noticed that my vineyard was overgrown with fruits, so I collected them and turned them into juice and mashed for chickens. By the end of the day, I finally got to smash the brass into plates and I made torch holders. And ladies and gentlemen, let there be light. Finally. After so much time, I can see without torch in my hand. Another pros is that monsters are less likely to spawn in lighted areas. I think so. While I was looking for tin, I found fire clay nearby, so I don't have to make it for now. Right now the focus is on windows, and for that we need fire clay bricks for those eeny mini fireplaces. They basically allow charcoal to burn at higher temperature so that quartz can melt. A while back I made some pelts, so I made a bow, which I think I didn't use like ever. But I also made winter clothes, so I won't freeze my ass off. To my surprise, it didn't fit on the dummy. The fire clay bricks were also done, but unfortunately it happened during the temporal storm, so when I went out, something just miraculously killed me. After collecting what's rightfully mine, I just waited on the bed for a storm to pass. Next day was calling me and I couldn't wait to see it, so I just went to sleep. Well, the fall is here, so we have no more time to waste. I finally got my first letter after days of waiting. And the first thing I did were backpacks, so I'll just have more space in the inventory. Then I collected my first batch of glass that I cooked behind the house. I also had a problem with my crops. For some reason, not every block with a crop on it got the same access to water. I thought that just adding more water sources would fix it, but it didn't. So I made a watering can. While I was waiting for the water can to harden, I made another pen, and now I want some goats in here. They will provide me with milk and occasionally leather. After a lot of time, I managed to lure one goat into the enclosure, and it was a female, so now I needed men so they could reproduce. And let me tell you, those idiots have death wish. They just jump into any cave they see. I almost killed one of them trying to save him, and after that he just repeated it again. I thought, okay, maybe this region is just bad for hunting goats, as there is a lot of cave entrances. So I just went to the other side of the base, and I found the goat cave with more than 10 goats just stuck in there. There was no way that I would get them out, so I just left them, and I definitely didn't slaughter them all. It took me 4 days to get my second goat into the pen. But it was finally done, and I could move on and focus on other things. Well, it still caused some problems. For example, I just gave it a gentle tap like in football, and he just killed me in cold blood. But it does not matter, as I have now enough goats to start making a herd. After getting back my inventory, I made them trouts and fed them. After that, I made sure to water my plants so I could have one more harvest before winter comes. And it's finally time. It took a couple of weeks, but I have finally made arrows to actually use my bow. And to be honest, I didn't even test it. I just buried it in my inventory and forgot about it. Well, my main goal is to make armor anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It was somewhere at this point that I stumbled upon some video about vintage story lore, and there's actually like a goal in this game. Well, that's news to me. I thought that it was just a sandbox, so I just did whatever I wanted. Well, I'm not sure if I will be able to make it before spring, but I will try my damn best to actually follow the storyline and to at least, I don't know, make it to the first dungeon. Hey, look at that! I have finally made some armor for my head and decided to go on the roof right after. OSHA has to approve that. It only took half a year to put a proper roof over my head, or at least start doing so. While I was waiting for more bricks for my roof, I went mining and I fell into a pretty cool cave. It had nothing in it, but it was definitely cool to see a proper cave in this game. And yes, I explored it for a while, but to be honest, really there was nothing there. It is nothing like Minecraft. There are no ores on the surface. You have to really search for them with the prospecting pickaxe. All I really did in the cave was fight enemies. So what is even the point of the cave? Like, just for splunking, or what's the point? After a while I found the node that I was looking for this whole time, and as you probably suspected, I mined it. Whoa, exciting, I know. It took some time, but I was finally on the surface and I wanted to finally finish making the roof. I thought maybe some other blocks will add like a fun little detail to it, so I began making mortar to make brick blocks. I know, I should be looking for some more clues about the story and my goal here, but as you probably see, I get distracted pretty easily. Turns out the bauxite sand is not considered sand, so I had to find something else. Slate sand did the trick, and because I can't count, I have more mortar than I could ever use. I made the bricks, and with them I made this, whatever you call it, and as you can see, it's tragic. Damn, this is just pathetic. Oh, god damn. I tore it down and just made normal looking ass roof. If you have any tips, please give them, cause I need them. While I was waiting for more roofing tiles, I took part in polluting the environment with my trash. I also had enough bronze to make my first stylish pants that will protect my white ass. I made them just in time to get on the roof and actually finish it. And look, it's not the greatest, but at least it's there, right? Okay, now that the house is kind of done, we need to go and learn about the lore and start the story.
From what I understand, I need to find the treasure hunter. Treasure hunter trader? Something like that. And he will give me, or maybe not give me, but sell me a map to a lore, some place that I should go. I think there's some trader, so I'm going to go there. And the trader beside me, which one is he? Still can't believe that I have not thought about lore in this game. Who are you? Jesus, trader for building material. I don't think I can buy anything of value from him. That's about it. Jesus, you are very loud. Jesus, I have not played for like a month at this point. Alright, let's go looking for the trader. Please let him be the treasure hunter. Oh, it is going to be a long day for me. What the hell? How is he doing that? Is he dead? Did he drown? Or is he like sleeping? Are you sleeping, Mr. Wolf? How is he doing that? He's just floating like a buoy. Oh. He was not dead. Indeed, I'm here. Please, tell me that you are the one that I'm looking for. No, it's not him.
Well, okay, I think you get the gist. I went ahead and visited every merchant in about 2000 block perimeter. And yes, I didn't know that all I had to do was just click the last dialogue option to get his location for 4 gears. It took me so long to finally figure it out. And the best thing is, I found out about it. I didn't have any gears, so I had to come back and grab some from chests. I went to the guy in the forest beside me and he gave me the map with treasure hunter location. The problem is, he phrased it like he marked it on my map. So for the next 10 minutes, I was just looking for any marker while I had a map that I had to click on in my hotbar.
He gave me a fucking map. I was sitting here for good like 10 minutes looking on my map. And he literally gave me the map. He said he marked it on my map. Alright, let's look. Where is this motherfucking hiding? Right here. Okay.
And so the quick run to the treasure hunter begins, where I'll be able to obtain, I guess, another map? Not sure what he will give me, but we are definitely getting closer.
Okay. Alright. What do you... Oh. Got something big for you. Too dangerous for me, but you might be able to handle it. I can't give a hole like this for free though. Bring me 10 bronze pickaxe and I'll tell you where to find it. Trust me, it's worth your time. Can I give him this guy right here? Wait, but I don't know if I got more tin and copper though. I am not sure if I have any more, so...
Then something weird happened. So, as you saw, I said goodbye and didn't give him the pickaxe. I logged off and played again after 3 days. I get in, and the map is in my hands, even though I didn't give him nothing. I'm not sure what happened, but we will not cry over it. A freebie is a freebie, and I will gladly accept it. Now all there is left to do is to come back home, prepare some food, make new tools, and be on our way to Resonance Archives. It's officially wintertime, and the temperatures will go down to nearly minus 30 degrees Celsius, so not even my fur clothes will help. But before we think about anything like that, we need more copper to make new set of tools.
Alright, I think I'm ready. You have to go... Oh my god. How many blocks is that? Holy shit. That is almost 5,000 blocks. Alright. 5,000 blocks it is, I guess. Oh my god. Is this? Ooh, I think that's it. What's here? A library. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. Engineering. Hello. Ooh, black coal. Boiler. Should I? Oh. Okay. Should I now like close the door? Is it like doing something? What? Alright. What's happening? Now what? Where should I go, man? Whoa. Commons. Hello. Alright. Can I like... Yo, pour this shit into the bowl, man. Hey, I just wanna eat, man. I just wanna eat. Holy shit, man. Oh my god. I have almost died. Hey yo, why is it so loud, man? Shut the fuck up, bro. Okay, I'm alive. Missing large temporal gear. What just happened? I've heard like something opening. Missing pump head. Do you miss anything? No? Okay. So this is missing the head. Right? Oh. It's like a treasure room or something like that. Or maybe a boss arena. Ooh, that could be it. Noble's quarters. Okay. Was it open? Bro, I have so much drip, man.
Alright, the looting was taking so long that I don't want to bore you with going from room to room and looting every chest. So, after placing the large gear into this weird machine, I had to find the pump head which was located on the lower level. The problem was that the stairs were blocked off, so I had to find another way. In the kitchen there was a ladder that went into the reservoir of water on the lower level, which allowed me to find this weird looking machine that teleported me to some mines.
I'm not really sure if I want to do it.
After confirming that I had to go into this weird shower, I found myself deep underground in some ancient mineshaft, where after some wandering I found the pump head. It's not like I was really looking for anything else, but I was really surprised to find nothing really but bugs here. After placing it in the right place, the library opened.
Nice. Okay. Can I actually jump here? Or I actually shoot it? Okay. Should I go here? Yo, what? What the fuck, bro? It did nothing. Oh my god, what? Oh. What the fuck is going on, bro? He's just throwing me. I am probably dead. Bro. There's nothing I can do. Nice.
Alright, I died, but I used cogwheel before coming to the archive, so that's good news. I wanna say that I killed him by second or third time, but unfortunately I died a lot. And I don't get it. What did I do wrong? He was just one-shotting me every single time. It is so unfair. But after a long while, I finally beat him, and I got into the library.
God damn it. I'm a motherfucking gamer.
Behind the previously closed doors, I have found gasifier, which I had to fire up using coal nearby. In the library I have found a couple of story-related things and a glider blueprint which I'm not sure how to build or use. I'll be honest, I've had enough of this place, so I took what I could and I dipped. I was still pissed about the boss fight that I had to repeat 15 times. I'm still not sure what to do with the blueprint, but that's a headache for the future me. I'll also have to make space for books, so maybe I'll do my own library? That sounds like a plan for the next year. Right now, I just have to rest for a bit. Well, I had a ton of fun trying out Vintage Story, and I am down to do it again. I know there's a lot of lore stuff that we can find, and a lot of progression to do. Modding community is also popping off, so I might as well try some of the mods. Let me know down below if you wanna see it. I hope you had fun, and if you did, leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.